And welcome to another edition of Life Outdoors. I am your host, Chris Reckling. Thank you for joining us here on Life Outdoors. Life Outdoors is now sponsored by Ocracoke Tourism Development Authority. Ocracoke, miles from the mainstream. Today, you're in for luck if you have kids or grandkids or you love the great outdoors, because we're talking to a group that is all about family, fun, friendship, core values, and making memories. And nobody does that better than the YMCA of Southampton Roads. We have a couple of guests here today. This is Nick Lamaro. He is the Executive Director of the First Tee of Hampton Roads, and Jasmine Wilson, Youth Development Director of the YMCA of Southampton Roads. Thank you guys for joining us here on Life Outdoors.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, so Nick, we're going to talk a lot about golf in First Tee, but ladies first. Jasmine, how long have you been with the YMCA of Southampton Roads? When did it get started, and what do you like most about it?
I got started in the year of 2017, and I started out in the youth development department. So I've been with the Y for 8 years now, and I started out as a summer camp counselor aide, and I enjoy mostly being able to build relationships and connect with families.
What was that when you started with the YMCA? There's like they say, hey, this is a family place. This is a place where we develop minds, bodies, a little bit of everything. What are some of the core values that have stuck with you that you learned and you practice on a regular basis when you're when you're working with people?
So I love that question because I love all 5 of our core values.
Yeah.
But the one that I would say that I use the most is responsibility, because I have the responsibility of taking care of not just the children in my care, but also the staff and the families that I serve on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, and Nick, a lot of the same things for you. How long have you been with the YMCA, and how did it get started, and where and when for you?
Oh, man, my whole life. So my father had a 45, maybe longer at this point. He's going back for more career in the Y. So
he worked for the Y?
Yeah, up in New Jersey and New York. So I grew up, they called me the Y Rat growing up. I'd always wander around the building and took all the sports classes, swimming, camps, you name it, I did it. And I mean, quite frankly, I could say that with confidence, I would definitely not be the person that I am without that. I wonder about it from time to time. Where would I be without the Y?
Yeah.
So I have a lot to owe to the experiences that I've gotten through the Y.
And so it shaped you as the person you are today, and you work with kids and you work with adults, you work with a little bit of everybody there at the First Tee. But when you were going to the Y, what did you get out of it that shaped you? What do you remember? What are some of those memories that you have being at the Y?
I think community. It gave me especially a place to be where I felt welcomed and safe, and meet other people who were there for various reasons. I think that's what's cool about the Y is there's something for everybody there. So everyone's going there to better their spirit, mind, and body in one way or another. Mm-hmm. And so that collective support that you get walking around that building, whether you're 6 years old or you're 86 years old, it's kind of a really cool environment.
And let's take that one step further, Jasmine. Family, community, mm-hmm. It is family-based. Mm-hmm. And there are, it is to make you better as a person, whether it's healthy, whether it's mentally, and it's teaching kids and families to enjoy the most out of life. And you sort of offer that in so many different ways.
Yes, we do. And so the beauty of it all is because of the spacing that we provide, it allows the children to be creative. It allows them to take, like we have the 5 core values, it allows them to use those, and they're able to express themselves through arts and crafts, through if that's us playing group games. It's not just us giving them what they should do. The kids are able to tell us, hey, this is what we would like to do, and we are able to form it into something partnered together.
I know that makes you feel good to know that you're making a difference in children's lives, mm-hmm. and that trickles down to everything, into the community, into the parents, into the adults.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of success stories too, but you don't have to share them. But I mean, I know knowing that you're making a difference through these outdoor activities that these kids get to use is kind of nice.
It is, and the parents very much appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're seeing some pictures now of some stuff outdoors. This is Life Outdoors, and we're going to touch on in the next couple of segments more about the First Tee and the camps that you offer. Jasmine, when people think of the Y, they think of a gym, an indoor facility, but you're more than that, right?
That's correct. We are. We have 2 regional camps. We have Camp Grom, and then we have Camp Red Feather. And so those camps, they allow the children to not only explore the outside, but they're for all. So for our Camp Grom location, that is for people that have limitations or they have
Physical, mental disability.
There we go.
Yep.
It caters to that, and they are allowed to still be with the regular population and not feel separated. Everybody's still together.
Yeah. And, you know, for a child who's never been on the water, who's never been in a canoe, who's never, shot a bow and arrow or zip lined or any of that stuff, I mean, that opens up all kinds of possibilities, right? Go ahead, Nick. You did that as a kid, right?
Yeah.
You did some really fun stuff as a kid, right?
Yeah. And what I'll say, because I've worked at a few different camps, and what's really unique about Camp Grom that I love is it's designed to be fully accessible. I think there's, everybody is trying to be more and more accessible, and for all is something that you hear often in nonprofit spaces. But it was designed to be for all. So, like, the camp that I worked at up in New York, we tried to be more inclusive, but camp was on the side of a mountain. So the fact that this was so intentionally built to be that way is really, really special.
Yeah, Camp Grom's pretty amazing in so many ways. So we are just getting started on Life Outdoors at the YMCA of South Hampton Roads. We're talking outdoor activities. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into the First Tee of Hampton Roads, an amazing program that can set kids up for a sport for their life, the game of golf. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into these camps, what they offer, and how you can take advantage of them. So we're just getting started with Nick and Jasmine. So stick around, everybody. Life Outdoors will be back in just a bit.
Visit Ocracoke and step into a world where every moment feels like a getaway. Savor fresh seafood straight from the sea, stroll along sun-kissed beaches, and let the gentle breeze carry your cares away. Paddle calm waters, explore hidden trails, and discover the unique stories that make this island unforgettable. Explore a village where the pace is gentle, and every corner holds a story. Whether it's a beach campfire or a quiet walk, Ocracoke offers moments that linger long after you leave. Slow down, you're here. Plan your escape at visitocracokenc.com.
And welcome back to Life Outdoors. I'm your host, Chris Reckling. Today we are talking about all the outdoor activities that you can take part in as a member of the YMCA of Southampton Roads. So when you think of the YMCA, you're thinking, wait a minute, isn't it just a gym? No, there's so much more to the YMCA than just a gym. There's so much outdoor activities, and that's why they're here on Life Outdoors. And who are they? Well, it is Nick Lamaro, Executive Director of the First Tee of Hampton Roads, and also joined by Jasmine Wilson, Youth Development Director at the YMCA of Southampton Roads. And so we're chatting, and we've already talked about the why and what the good stuff is that they have to offer. But one of the things that thrills me is the First Tee of Hampton Roads. And Nick, what an amazing place. I mean, you take your kids there and teach them a game that will just set them for the rest of their life, right? Talk about the First Tee of Hampton Roads and how special that place is.
We are so fortunate to have the First Tee in this community. The service that we provide and the experiences in the community that we instill at our facility is really, really cool. So, yeah, we have a 9-hole golf course, indoor, outdoor learning center. We have a full driving range, practice putting area, practice chipping area. So that's what our facility looks like. We have a TrackMan golf simulator that we got this last year. So we're set up for success to be able to provide experiences all seasons of the year. So, and all seasons of your golf experience too, which is really cool. We meet people where they're at and make golf accessible. I think the culture of golf is changing, and it's cool to be a part of that.
And what's really cool is you mentioned year-round, and thankfully this is not New York or any further north, because while it is cold in the wintertime here, you can get out and play if you really want to. And kids don't seem to feel the cold.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so talk about what the age ranges are and how you teach kids the game of golfing.
Yeah, so our programs start for 5-year-olds, and our programs are progression based. So if you stick with us, you're gonna continue to grow and develop. Golf is no easy game. That is for sure. It's very humbling. I've been playing for 30 years, and I would not even consider myself a great golfer.
Nothing wrong with that. You and 99% of the rest of us out there.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, we use the game of golf to teach kids. We have 9 core values. So it's things like integrity, sportsmanship, responsibility, respect,
Honesty,
courtesy,
perseverance,
is a
judgment.
great one. Yeah, perseverance is the one that I feel like I practice the most.
Perseverance.
Getting around a golf course. So
Patience? No, but you need patience.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, golf is the teaching tool and the avenue in which we're able to instill those values. So there's a lot of parallels to the game of golf and life, right? You can have a great shot off the tee, and how do you remain humble? Because the next shot you can be humbled. And same thing with golf, right? Or with life. You can have a great day the next day. You never know what's going to happen. So how do you kind of stay neutral? How do you get back to focusing on in the present?
Jasmine, do you play golf?
No, I don't.
Have you been out there and hit some balls around?
I actually have been out to First Tee, and I've enjoyed the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I'm
Right?
the person that can just stand there and like, hey, what do you need? Help. Not one to play.
But you know what? That's part of the beauty of golf, is that even if you're having a bad round or whatever, you're out in nature, you're out in the fresh air, and then there's a game where the rules are set in place. Like everybody has to follow the same rules, and it's all about integrity because you're keeping score, and all the other stuff, and perseverance, all that. When you went out to the First Tee there at VB National for the first, it's still VB National, is that right?
Yeah, just next door. Yep.
I'm saying wait, VB National and First Tee right there. Boom.
Yep.
What were your thoughts on it? Because it's such a beautiful place.
Well, for one, that it's ours. Like it's a part of our association that I get to serve every day. But then number two, so I'm at the Princess Anne Family YMCA, and First Tee is actually just down the road there. So not only am I impacted, but my staff. They have been able to go over as well, and they've been able to bridge that gap of, there is more out there for me. So First Tee for me brought out life because it let me see that the Y is more than what we just provide, a gym, childcare. It has way more to offer.
And it's outdoors. Nick, my kids were a member of the First Tee a long time ago. And in that time, I've sort of lost track with that. How or is it being used? How has it picked up? I mean, what kind of how many kids are you seeing out there right now?
Yeah, it's big.
Summertime is
growing.
more. I'm sure there's more kids in the summertime. But go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of through 2 different lenses. We have our program, so more and more kids are signing up. We're developing our program to have, we introduce you to the game, and then we prepare you for tournaments. And then memberships as well. So as a part of the Y, there's an add-on if you're a Y member. And so we're seeing that right now grow tremendously over the last few years. So we served just over 1,000 kids this past year through all of our programs.
That's a lot.
And 2,000 members as well. So there's a lot of people that are learning a little bit about us. We've been in town, and we've existed for 25 years since our 25th anniversary. And
Congrats! That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So people are still discovering us. They're still finding us. Yeah. And the things that they say, what I hear the most is, "I wish I would have found you sooner."
Yeah.
Because it's a beautiful facility.
If a father and son want to play together, if a father and daughter, if a daughter and mother and son want to play alongside each other, I guess it's okay.
Oh yeah, it's very casual golf environment, and then we provide programs like that. So once a month we do a big T little T tournament. So it's a Sunday once a month, and it's an alternate shot. You go out there, kid tees off, and then parent or grandparent hits, and then keep alternating all the way to the hole, and then 9 holes of that. So it's really cool.
How's your game? Yeah.
I wish it was better.
I wish you're a better teacher than you are a player.
Maybe, yeah. I can teach the beginners, but I leave the teaching to Riley, Orlando, and all of our crew over there.
Well, let's talk about them. How good are the instructors? I bet you got some players out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a great highlight here is Riley Tuttle. He's our player development professional. And, it's a great story because he was one of our kids. He was one of our participants. So, full circle, full cycle journey for him. He's going through his PGA certification process right now. He's a +3 handicap. So, when you watch him hit the ball, it looks different. It sounds different.
You
We're
know
playing
what?
different games.
And he even has his name on a putter. You know that the Tuttle. I mean, I have a Tuttle drive, a putter.
Oh, really?
Jasmine's like, what?
Yeah, over my head.
It's not because of Riley. This was somebody won a tournament like 30 years ago, and they with this one putter called the Tuttle. I still use it. My family and friends give me grief about it. You still using that old putter?
Hey, if it's not
Named
broke,
after Rick Tuttle.
There you
No, I'm
go.
just kidding. Okay, so the first tee is available to each and every person. How can someone access that? I mean, what do they need to know to be able to play at the first tee? Take their kids out there. You have camps all summer and most of the time year round, right?
Yeah, come on out. I mean, I always encourage people to come out and check out the facility. It's we would say first round's on us. So if you're interested in learning more about it, come out. We live to show you around and get some clubs in your hands. We got, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is trying to remove barriers and make golf accessible. So
Yeah.
you don't need to have golf shoes. You don't need to have clubs. We have all those things.
No jeans.
You could,
I know.
We're-
It's
we're-
very relaxed, but just
we're teaching the etiquette, right?
Yes.
So there, I think as we're introducing kids to the game of golf, here at First Tee, you're not gonna be treated differently for
No.
wearing jeans, but we do prepare them that, hey, if you're gonna go out to this course or that course,
or tournament, or
this is kind of what's gonna be expected of you.
it's a soft lesson.
So that's right.
Okay, so we talked about golf. We're going to take a short break here on Life Outdoors, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the other outdoor camps and some really cool stuff with Jasmine and Nick. So stick around for that, everyone. You're watching Life Outdoors, sponsored by Ocracoke Tourism Development Authority. Wilson, Youth Development Director of the YMCA of Southampton Roads, and we've already talked about everything that the YMCA has to offer, but we've only touched on a little bit of it. We talked about the first tee in the last segment. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the outdoor camps. Jasmine, that's kind of where you kind of come in, Youth Development Director. These outdoor camps are sort of geared towards kids, but not just the kids, the whole family, right?
Correct. So if you specifically talk about Camp Silver Beach, how that one is an overnight camp, and it's 151 acres that stretches along the Chesapeake Bay. But it's also very interesting because the campers there, they're able to engage in sailing, kayaking, climbing, exploring, but they're able to use all of that, though, those tools they're able to use not only just for that moment, but they're able to use that when they leave from the camp.
Like what? Like the fact that they can sail a boat, they can
so-
shoot a bow and arrow.
So the fact
They
that
can know how to do a campfire. I'm going to keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
So the fact that it built confidence. So a lot of the kids that come
yeah.
there and they're not able to. Well, let's start off with this. A lot of the kids that come there have probably not even experienced kayaking or sailing, and so with them
Wow,
being
look
able
at
to
that.
build up that confidence and knowing that, hey, I learned something new over the summer, and they were able to make friends while doing it.
Okay, so we're seeing some pictures right here. I mean, right there, an obstacle course,
Yes.
a rope ladder, a zip line.
Yep.
That might scare the heck out of you at first.
It will, but here's the beauty of it all too. You have counselors that are able to help guide the campers while doing the different activities. So they're not doing it alone, they're doing it alongside of somebody else.
Camp Silver Beach has so many options. You can go for a week, you can go for 3 days. You can, there's so many options that you can take advantage of. What are they?
And so I know Camp Silver Beach does also a family weekend where they're allowing the families to come on to the campus to be able to experience the same things that their children is experiencing. So they'll do a lot of arts and crafts. They'll do kayaking. They'll do sailing. They'll do the Ipon Tower where you're able to climb. And so with all doing those different things, the families are able to see the different activities their child is able to engage in.
That's awesome. You know what? You're not roughing it there. The cottages are nice, and the food is good. So you can get a beautiful cottage and your meals taken care of.
All in one. You don't have to go anywhere. It's all there.
How's the food?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say. Now, I haven't been in a while, so I
Yeah,
can't really
I'm
say
sure
how it
it's
is now.
good.
But I mean, I only can think that it gets better, right?
It's great. I was there actually about a month or so ago. We actually ran a golf trip up there in partnership with Silver Beach. And I did the zip line, and it did scare me.
Did it? Had you ever done that before?
I have. It's been a while since
Really?
I've done one. So
So
it's,
the older you get, the higher things get. Like when you're a kid, you're like, no big deal. But the older you get, like, whoa, that's a pretty
I
long
was
fall.
really feeling the heights there. Yeah.
Yeah. Were there any campfires? Did you guys?
We did campfires,
Yeah.
with s'mores.
S'mores. Yeah.
The traditional stuff.
Did you take the family, or were you by yourself? I mean,
Yeah, I was running the experience for other families, so I was playing host that weekend. But everybody who went to it, he was like, "Man, this was amazing. We got to come back here." I didn't know this was here. So yeah, just a short ride over the bridge.
Yeah, it's on the Eastern Shore. It's like, boom, you're there and you're having a great time. Okay, we'll maybe kick a little bit more of that around, but you've got more outdoor camps. You mentioned Camp Grom.
Yes. So Camp Grom, which is the one where we have in Virginia Beach, where it's accessible for our individuals that have the disabilities, but they're not limited at all. We have Alpine Tower. Everything that is accessible on that campus is accessible to all. So all the kids can do it. And so the beauty of it all is the Alpine Tower is how somebody is able to do. We've had somebody that's been wheelchair bound, and they were able to get to the top.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Describe that for that person, for that child.
Well, for one, I think it honestly affected the staff more than it did the person because, like we said, the staff are there alongside of the campers. So when the campers are going through an experience, they don't realize that the staff is going along with it with them.
Right.
And so with that, it was just like one of those where we did it. And you know how you have a facility that you say it's for this, we have this, but it's different when you actually have somebody that's actually able to execute it on your actual property that you say it's built for.
That's climbing a mountain. That is that's something that families and parents, and you just can't even imagine that's even possible. Thank you to the Y for making Camp Grom available. Okay, and you have another camp? Any other camps? What do you got? You got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on.
What else, Jasmine?
So then we have Camp Red Feather, which is another unique facility because it's also on the campus of Virginia Wesleyan. So we partner within that too. So not only are the kids able to come onto a campus, but they're also able to experience the same things that they're able to experience at a Camp Grom or at a Camp Silver Beach.
Right.
Except they're just not overnight. They're day camps.
Oh, perfect.
They're day camps, yep. So they're open from 6 to 6, and we do have kids because we have parents that work that long. So they're able to be there and they're entertained that entire time.
That's mostly in the summertime, though.
That is in the summertime.
Yeah.
So Camp Red Feather is only during the summertime.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? Virginia Wesleyan is such a beautiful campus, and there's the water, which is nice, and all the sports. Well, how important is sports to the YMCA, Nick?
Oh yeah, I mean it's what got me hooked on it at a young age. I think learning sportsmanship and kind of how to navigate these social interactions through competition. I think we're all kind of built to be competitive. So how do you remain humble? How do you shake hands? How do you learn how to pass the ball? I mean, there's all the technical skills that you're learning, right? So that's the given, but then the tie into the actual character development is really where the magic happens.
And making friends and memories that you use for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming down the home stretch. Listen, if anybody, Jasmine, wants to take advantage of these camps or the Y, what do they need to do?
Just visit a facility near you. We reach all over the Southampton roads, and you go into the facility and let them know what you're looking for, and we have a plethora of options to provide.
Yeah.
And you do not have to be a member to join any of our programs.
Right. Say that again, Nick.
Likewise, you do not need to be a member. Come on out.
But you can also be a member and
You
take
can.
advantage of everything that is offered there by the Y.
Best value for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is another edition of Life Outdoors, and we're talking about the YMCA of Southampton Roads and all they have to offer indoor and out. I can't thank Nick Lamaro and Jasmine Wilson enough for joining us here on Life Outdoors. And thank you again for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Life Outdoors, now sponsored by Ocracoke Tourism Development Authority. Ocracoke, miles from the mainstream. Don't forget to get outside and live your life outdoors. We'll see you next time.